Welcome to Spirit Word Power Friday, June 23rd. I am Carl Thomas. Let's get in the Word today. In our lectionary reading, we have Psalm 69. Again, Jeremiah 18, we're continuing through there, and we have Acts chapter 5, verses 17 through 26. Listen, it's pretty clear today through our readings, if you've read already, that we need to bring our bitterness to God before it destroys God's plan for our life. We need to bring our bitterness to God. We have to get real with God about our bitterness. If you're new to this channel, we go through the daily lectionary reading. Link in the bio goes all through it. There's a pinned video that tells you what that is. We study the Bible every day. New Testament, Old Testament, Psalms. Let's take a look here, Psalm 69. Man, we went through this yesterday. He's not doing good. He's not happy at all. Here's what he's saying. He's begging God to show up on his behalf and destroy his enemies. He is like, verses 18. Let's take a look at verse 18. Oh, draw near to my soul and redeem it. Ransom me because of my enemies. I want you to see this. Redeem here is the verb. It's connected with like the duty of one man, like his next of kin, to come and stand up for him when he's in trouble. That's the verbiage. If your brother's in trouble, you have to go and redeem. You avenge his death. You have to show up, or you buy back his land. Or you buy back his liberty if he's in captivity. He's like, set me free, ransom me. Ransom me means like it's this idea of to purchase him from the enemy. And so the psalmist, he's not in captivity, but in his mind he is. Because people have just done him dirt, in his mind, he's already dead. He's already in captivity. He's already lost. He's already been taken as captive. But that's not actually true. But that's where his heart is at. And so he's begging God to undo something that hasn't even happened yet. But it's happened in his heart because he's allowed it to happen in his mind. I need you to get this. We need to guard our self-talk. We need to guard what we say about ourselves. We need to listen to that. We need to be nice to ourselves. And we need to stop going places mentally that we're not actually at physically. We need to guard these words. We look in our second reading is Jeremiah 18. We're continuing this. And Jeremiah is in the same place. Jeremiah is like, let's look at verse 23. Lord, you know all their deadly designs against me. Again, Jeremiah is like, people are plotting against me. I do not want you to show them mercy. I want you to hurt them. I want them to cry out for help when your destruction comes. I want them to scream in pain. And here's what he says to them in verse 23. He's like, all their deadly designs against me, do not forgive their sin. Do not forgive their iniquity or blot out their sin from your sight. He's like, all their deadly designs against me, don't forgive them. You know you're in a bad place. You know you're in a bad place. And we have a New Testament example here. Acts chapter 5. They imprisoned the apostles. Why? They imprisoned the apostles, and the angel of the Lord came and let them out of prison. Right? We're in Acts 5:17 through 26. It says, now when the captain of the temple guard and the chief priests heard these words, that they were greatly perplexed. Like we found the prison house locked quite securely, and the guards standing at the doors, but when we opened up, we found no one inside. This is the key here. They thought that these people were locked up, but they were not. Instead, they went out and they were preaching in the temple grounds. They were out there, they were preaching. These people thought they had them locked up. But he says, listen, verse 25, the men whom you put in prison are standing in the temple and preaching and teaching the people. Then the captain went along with the officers to bring them back without violence. These people had the gospel right there. The apostles were preaching it. They were like, could you imagine if you had the opportunity to have the apostles preach to you and you blew it because of your unforgiveness and your bitterness? You got to bring your bitterness to God before it destroys God's plan for your life. These people who imprisoned the apostles, they blew it. Don't blow it by being locked in your mind, thinking you're in a prison you're not in. You can fully go before God, be bitter before Him, bring your pain to Him. He cares. He wants to hear it. And only when you expose it to Him can He heal it. That's our word for today. Bless you. You have a good Friday. Give me a like if you would, a thumbs up, subscribe. Hey, we are on fire here. We're in the Word of God. I'll see you tomorrow morning.